before we get this list started, I just want to give a shout out to my man Otis with the smiley face. He was my 200th subscriber, and yeah, thanks for subscribing, dude. Coming in at number 5, we have, that is right, our man Duraludon. The only reason this didn't make it further on the list is because it has a relatively low special defense, which is bad in the competitive industry, considering Pokemon like Hydreigon can easily wipe him out. But yeah, other than that, he is such an OP Pokemon to have. He will shred through basically any dragon types like Haxorus, basically any dragon types except special attacking dragons like Hydreigon. Any special attacking Pokemon pretty much find it easy to take him out, but yeah, that's why you have the Assault Vest. If you give him the Assault Vest, he's so OP and he can withstand moves that Hydreigon can throw at him. But yeah, if he does survive, he can one hit KO Hydreigon with the dragon type move, or basically any like dragon or steel types. The combination dragon steel is just so good, and then with the ability light metal, which halves his weight, he has an incredibly high speed for a Pokemon like that. With his insane speed, if you give it a choice scarf, and if your Duraludon has max IVs, it can literally outspeed a Wash Rotom, which Rotom is one of the fastest Pokemon in the game and is designed to attack first with that Volt switch. But Duraludon can outspeed that and one hit KO it with a Dragon, or basically any moves, or an electric type move like Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt will easily take out Wash Rotom, but that just proves to you how fast Duraludon actually is. It's a very good Pokemon, and as you can tell, I use Duraludon an awful lot in the competitive industry because it's just so good. I've seen it one hit KO Pokemon that you wouldn't believe. So yeah, anyway, let's get to number 4. In the number 4 slot we have Mimikyu. Now Mimikyu is literally one of the funnest Pokemon I've ever used in the competitive battling. It's so funny watching your opponent Dynamax and use a really powerful move, and then Mimikyu it does not do any damage to Mimikyu at all because of the disguise. That is literally the only reason basically this Pokemon is in the number 4 slot, is because of the disguise, and it's just probably the best ability in the game, along with Ice Cube, which has such a similar ability. But yeah, Mimikyu, that ability is just so good. It did get buffed since Pokemon Sun and Moon, but the only thing that they buffed about it is that he loses a tiny bit of life when he does it, and then you send him out into battle and then use Swords Dance straight away because your opponent can't do any damage anyway, so then Disguise will absorb all that damage, and then you basically have a Mimikyu with a really high attack stat. Mimikyu is a normal attacker. He only does normal attacking moves. That's why I use Swords Dance, which raises the attack, and then just watch him shred through a whole team with Shadow Claw or Play Rough. Yeah. Then you give him a Life Orb, which raises the attack again, making him literally so strong. He will wipe through basically the strongest, most powerful Pokemon like Copperajah or anything like that. He will shred through Dragon types and all the strongest types, basically Dragon and Psychic. Coming in the number 3 slot, we have Galarian Corsola. Now Galarian Corsola can evolve, which is the funny thing, but its evolution isn't as good because it can't have the Eviolite, which boosts its special defense and physical defense a lot. So special attackers and physical attackers basically can never one-hit KO this Pokemon unless it's super effective. And then along with that, it knows Strength Sap, which sucks the opponent Pokemon's attack and then heals itself with it. So if your Pokemon's got a high attack, it'll just heal itself completely. But the problem is it can't lower. It lowers when you do that, it lowers your opponent Pokemon's attack, but it can't lower its special attack. So special attackers can wipe him out, but that's its only weakness, and that's why it's not number 1. But yeah, anyway, we'll move on to number 2. Coming in number 2, we have Galarian Darmanitan. Now this Pokemon has an incredibly high special attack stat, and I've literally seen it wipe through whole teams on its own. It is just so incredibly powerful. And that's not even its strength. Before we get into its strength, this Pokemon is about equivalent to a decent competitive Pokemon. Not the best, but a decent competitive Pokemon, and that's the only reason it's not in number 1, is because it needs to use its ability to be the best Pokemon, which is so good. With its hidden ability Zen Mode, it can literally take out steel types which resist its ice typing, and it can wipe out anything. Its high attack stat with the Choice Scarf, it is just so powerful. The Choice Scarf gives it immediate speed. But anyway, let's finally get into number 1. Before we get to number 1, there is a few honourable mentions. The first 2 honourable mentions, because I couldn't decide between the 2, they were both good. We have the speedy Pokemon Barraskewda and the tank Ferrothorn. Now, Barraskewda is possibly the fastest Pokemon with Swift Swim, but unfortunately it didn't make it into the ladder. And then we've got Ferrothorn, which is insane with its ability Iron Barbs. The second one was actually Heat Rotom. Rotom is a very fast Pokemon, but the only weakness it has is Barraskewda can one-hit KO it with Hydro Pump or something. But if it can outspeed Barraskewda, it can get a Thunderbolt or something on, but that's the only weakness, or it would have made it onto the list. And our last honourable mention, we actually have Toxapex. Now Toxapex, with its hidden ability Regenerator, which heals 30% of damage every time you switch it out of battle, is insane. You can literally keep switching it out and it's undefeatable, and then to top that off, it knows Recover, which heals pretty much like 60% of damage, and then it knows a shielding move which defends any attacking move off, and a special attacking move off, which is just so good.
But yeah, unfortunately, Toxapex didn't make it. Coming in the number
1 slot, we have Corviknight. Now Corviknight is just an absolute demon in the meta. It is so strong. It's so hard to take out. It is such a troll. It can take out common defensive Pokemon like Ferrothorn, Toxapex, and Galarian Corsola. On top of that, it is one of the best Pokemon for up against Excadrill, considering it's completely immune to ground types. Also, if you're a double battler, it is great to have with Excadrill, because Excadrill can use ground type moves like Earthquake that does damage to all Pokemon on the field, but considering Corviknight's immune to it, he can't get affected. Also, it can take out many bulkier builds with Brave Bird, which has other benefits like Max Airstream, which has so much power. And if you teach it Substitute, it makes it very good against Galarian Corsola or any Pokemon that will try to burn it because of Substitute, and Substitute makes you immune to burns. Also Paralysis. Benefits in using Max Airstream allows Corviknight to rack up an insane speed boost, making it very good against offensive teams in the metagame. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.